High School Activity Association baseballs on B106, B106.com. This afternoon, Fort Morgan baseball team on the road at Skyline High School, where the Mustangs get set to take on the Falcons and wrap up their Tri-Valley League series here this afternoon. I'm Josh Miller alongside Braden Schneider as we head towards opening pitch. Today's Mustang Express brought to you by B&B Appliance, 502 Ensign, downtown Fort Morgan. Place to shop for all your appliance needs. B&B Appliance, member of the Brand Source Retail Program. Visiting Mustangs come into today's ball game 9-3 overall, 5-2 in Tri-Valley League play. After this afternoon's contest, the Mustangs have 6 baseball games left on their schedule before we head to the playoffs. The home team, Skyline Falcons, have a 2-8 overall record, 0-5 in Tri-Valley League play. The Mustangs beating the Skyline Ball Club on Tuesday, 4-1. At home in Fort Morgan, a big second inning for the Mustangs where they scored 3 runs, taking the lead and then getting that insurance run late in what was, I believe, the 6th inning as the Mustangs went on to win 4-1. Today on the mound for the Mustangs is going to be Matt Godo. Godo enters today's ball game with 21 innings pitched, a 2-0 record. Opponents only batting .200 against Matt. And the Skyline Ball Club offensively struggles a little bit at the plate, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle the Mustangs Godo here this afternoon. The Skyline Ball Club only batting .275 as a team, compared to the Mustangs' .329 average as a team. Pitching staff for Skyline as well, with as many losses as they've had this season. 6.02 is the team staff's ERA, compared to the Mustangs, who sit with a team ERA at 4.16. So we get set for opening pitch, Braden. Beautiful day. It looked like there was going to be some thunderstorms here on the drive down, but slight breeze nonetheless. But a beautiful day for baseball here on the road against Skyline.
Most definitely, and the biggest thing that pops out of my mind is it looks like we're at a college facility here. Your bleachers have seat rests, and to our right sits a huge enclosed batting cage with a clubhouse and like a coach's little room, and through quite a bit bigger field here, Josh, is we've got 390 to center, 340 down both lines, and the backstop is significantly further back than what we have at Eddie Underwood Field. So any pass ball, you're going to be looking for a runner to move up, and I don't see any throws getting made from back at the backstop unless runners get greedy and try and take 2 bags.
Yeah, beautiful facility. Dimensions much larger than Morgan's, but Eddie Underwood Field, a great complex, but a little short through the center part of the field. As you mentioned, 390 here to center today. Bullpens in foul territory could become a little bit of an issue with the rollaway batting practice screen down in right field as well. Interesting to see how that plays throughout the course of the afternoon as coaches exchange lineups. And we get set here for the Falcons to take the field. The Mustangs starting lineup brought to you this afternoon by Cargill Meat Solutions. Cargill Meat Solutions takes as much pride in the community, just as they do in the products they provide to their consumers, part of the KSIR B106 Scholarship Program. Leading things off for the visiting Mustangs, David Mendez will be out at second base. Matt Godo will be batting second and on the mound for the Mustangs. Aaron Anderson down the line at third base, batting third. Cole Frisbee cleaning things up at first base. James Martins will be out in left field batting fifth. Michael Fitzsimmons in the sixth hole playing shortstop. Nick Garver out at center field. Nate Alexander in right field bats eighth. And Justin Flug will be behind the plate catching and batting ninth. For the home team, setting the field defensively for the Skyline Falcons, Justin Forth. We saw him out in right. He'll be in left field today. Adam Reigels in center. Derek Searles in right field. Tyler Brenneman at third. Tyler Hamby at shortstop. Garrett White at second. Aaron Soriano at first. Garrett Engstead behind the plate. And Brandon Moore on the pitching mound for the Falcons. Falcons Moore entering today's ball game on the pitching mound has a 4.89 ERA. Opponents batting .273 against him in 24 innings pitched. He's allowed 22 runs in those 24 innings. As coaches wrap things up here at home plate, we'll get set to bring you the opening pitch. We'll take a quick break. Be back with the start of this afternoon's ball game. Fort Morgan baseball on the road here this afternoon, playing the Skyline Falcons. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider, Skyline High School, where the Fort Morgan baseball team on the road this afternoon to take on the home team Falcons. Mustangs with the 5-2 record in Tri-Valley League play as the standings sit with 7 games to go for the Mustangs. Roosevelt Rough Riders lead things in Tri-Valley League play right now with a 6-1 record. Northridge in second with a 4-1 record, and the Mustangs sitting in the third position at 5-2. Mustangs 2 losses coming to Northridge, yet to play Roosevelt. As Roosevelt and Northridge each with a loss, they split against each other last week. The Skyline Ball Club sits at the bottom at 0-5. It's not that they're not a good baseball team. They've played the top competition in Roosevelt, Sterling, and the Mustangs. So interesting to see how this baseball game here this afternoon plays out, as the Falcons have taken the field and the Mustangs get ready to swing the bats for the first time this inning. Today's opening pitch brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Locally in Fort Morgan and Brush, offers home, health, auto, farm, business, and workers' compensation insurance. Ingmeyer Phillips. Mustangs with David Mendez leading things off, followed by Matt Godo, which will be due up second, and then number 3 in the lineup this afternoon, Aaron Anderson, the left-handed hitting bat, down the line at third base this afternoon. Mendez leads things off. He had a great outing on Tuesday, extending his win-loss record to 5-1 now on this 2012 season. Mendez has been lights out on the pitching mound as Matt Godo looks to match his teammates' performance here this afternoon, as both Mendez and Godo have done some great things on the mound, leading their teams in strikeouts. Mendez has 51 strikeouts this inning on the mound. Godo not too far behind with 35. David Mendez, Matt Godo, the 1-2 punch for the Mustangs this season on the pitching mound. As the umpire puts his mask on, David Mendez gets the signs from Coach Langford, steps in, and this ball game's about to get underway. Beautiful day for baseball. Looked like it was going to get ugly on the drive down. The sounds of it, you guys are getting the rain right now in Morgan, as the first pitch on its way is taken high and inside, fastball for a ball. This baseball game's underway. Follow us all season long, B106.com. As you listen to us, follow us pitch by pitch. As Mendez fouls the 1-0 pitch off to the right side and out of play, things even up, 1 ball, 1 strike. The leadoff hitter, David Mendez, for the Mustangs. Mendez, .341 average with 43 plate appearances, scored 12 times, has 9 RBIs, and 2 home runs. As Mendez steps in, pitch on its way, big tall right-hander again, foul straight back. Saw a tall, wiry right-hander in Miller on Tuesday. Not sure if it's the pitching mound Braden that's about 6 feet high or if it's the pitcher himself, but big kid on the mound here today for the Falcons as 2-2 pitch, fouled left side.
For as big as he is, he's not throwing all that hard, and so far to start off should give the Mustangs a good opportunity to jump all over him early.
Mendez back in the box. The big right-hander Moore delivers. Fastball outside. Fills things up. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the Mustangs leadoff hitter, David Mendez. Top of the first inning, just underway, Skyline High School. Mustangs on the road this afternoon. Mendez takes ball 4 as leadoff hitter's on. Likely see some kind of maybe sacrifice bunt here from the Mustangs' Matt Godo, or a hit-run scenario. Mendez does have speed. No stolen bases this year for David. Mustangs have 20 stolen bases on the year as the throw over by Moore to keep Mendez close. sets to receive his first pitch. Goto batting right around 300. 7 RBIs on the season, a home run as well. For the Mustangs pitcher this afternoon. Pitch on its way, a breaking ball. It's taken for a strike by Goto. Good take by Goto with the runner at first. You'd like to see something on the outer part of the plate. So Matt's able to drive that ball to right center field and allow the Mustangs base runner in Mendez to go first to third. Moore comes set, a check of Mendez at first, and a throw over. Mendez back easily. As Moore doing a good job of keeping the Mustangs base runner close. Mustangs have established when they're on defense all year, Braden, they're going to pick runners off if the chance is there. Been very aggressive with pickoff moves this season as Goto swings and drives the baseball left center field. Mendez going. Nobody's going to get to it. That ball's deep and off the wall. Mendez is going to score easily from first, and Goto's into second with the stand-up double, and the Mustangs in business here early. Fastball right down Broadway. Goto got all of it, drove that ball deep to left center field. That would have been out at Eddie Underwood Field. That would have been a 2-run home run, but that ball gets all the way to the wall. Mendez scores from first. Goto's now at second base. And Aaron Anderson steps in. Mustangs lead 1-0 here early, top of the first inning. Aaron Anderson, 342. Tuesday, Braden, he hit 2 baseballs about as hard as you can hit him. He does the job here with the first pitch ground ball right side, fielded by the second baseman and on easily for the out, but the runner, Goto's going to move up 90 feet and stands at third base in scoring position. A good job by Anderson to move that base runner over. As Mustangs have things working in their favor here early in this baseball game. Cleanup hitter Cole Frisbee steps in. Frisbee, 379, 9 RBIs this 2012 season. Takes change-up on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Frisbee left-handed bat. Can't hit with power. The infield's in on the left side. First baseman's in on the grass. Second baseman, the only fielder for the Falcons, playing at normal depth. Fastball on the outside part of the plate misses as things even up. 1 ball, 1 strike on Cole Frisbee. Frisbee with the gaps, gap-to-gap power. Looking for something that allows him to get the baseball to the outfield and pick up the runner in Goto from third. Drives the ball left side and foul off the screen just in front of the Mustangs dugout as Frisbee's now behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mustangs lead, top of the first inning, 1-0. Mendez reached on the walk. Goto drove him in with the stand-up double. As Goto now stands at third, Frisbee fights to stay alive. Good cut. Fouls the baseball back off the screen in front of where we sit. Too good of a pitch, quite frankly, with count 1-2. Frisbee's not a hitter who strikes out a whole lot. Got a good eye. Puts the baseball in play here. Contact play working as Goto's on his way to the plate. Catcher cannot handle the throw from the shortstop. Goto's going to score. Frisbee's going to reach on the fielder's choice, and the Mustangs in business here as they've now plated 2 runs in this first inning and only 1 out as James Martin sets to the plate.
See Theo Charlie's for a great used car truck today. If you don't see what you want on the lot, they will find it for you at 700 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan.
James Martin steps in. Moore, a check of the runner at first. Frisbee. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball at the letters. Swung on and missed by Martins. That breaking ball, not much doing. A hanging slider. Martins tried to jump all over it, but came up empty. Frisbee, not much of a base runner as far as speed is concerned over at first base, but Moore still checks and keeps him close. Martins takes the 0-1 pitch, low and at the knees for a strike. As Brandon Moore for the Falcons has jumped quickly ahead to the Mustangs. James Martins, no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the first inning. Mustangs lead 2-0. Throw over, keeping Frisbee close. Frisbee able to get back in time. Mustangs been aggressive all year on the base path. Don't anticipate Frisbee doing anything here as the 0-2 pitch is missed high and outside, ball one. Coach Langford, head baseball coach, Josh Langford down the line at third. Assistant coach Steve Hale down the line at first. 1-2 pitch to Martins. Knuckleball of sorts. Goes over the head of Martins as he ducks out of the way, and the count evens up 2 balls, 2 strikes. James Martins, the left fielder this afternoon for the Mustangs. As of late, Braden, we've seen him on a regular basis in the DH position.
Yeah, James has been doing a good job stepping into that DH position and getting the hits that he needs. As he started that run on Tuesday's game with that base hit through the 5-6 hole.
Yeah, Martin's an offensive surprise here for the Mustangs. He's stepped up and done some work here. He's batting .357 this 2012 season. Pleasant delight as we've talked to Coach Langford. The 3-2 pitch fouled off right side by Martins out of play. As James stays alive with the Mustang shortstop Michael Fitzsimmons on deck. 1 out, top of the first inning. Fort Morgan leads Skyline 2-0. As Brandon Moore delivers, Martins hits sharply, line drive up the middle, but shortstop's able to come away with it. Looks like that ball ran a little bit in on James' hands. He didn't get all the baseball. Ball stayed in the air just long enough. The shortstop was able to come away with it, catching that line drive by Martins. Frisbee has to stay put. There's now 2 outs, top of the first inning, as Michael Fitzsimmons steps in. Fitzsimmons batting .333 for the Mustangs. Been one of their leading producers all season long as the shortstop takes ball 1 outside. Nick Garver, the Mustangs center fielder, on deck. If we get there. Moore delivers in the dirt and by the catcher. Frisbee's going to move up 90 feet to second. Braden, you talked about it. It's a long way from home plate to the backstop, so the ball gets by. It's going to be a free 90 feet all afternoon.
Yeah, and for the Mustangs, they're going to have to do a good job, and Flug has done a good job all year of blocking pitches, but today he's going to have to be extra sharp.
We have seen some of those balls lately with Justin that have kind of tipped his glove and gotten by, but pitch over Fitzsimmons' head again to the backstop. Frisbee running the throws, not in time, gets out to the outfield and left field, but backed up well there by Justin Forth as he gets the baseball back into the infield, but counts 3-0 quickly to Michael Fitzsimmons, and Frisbee's standing 90 feet away at third base.
Well, Josh, and there's the X factor of this backstop is there's about a 1.5 foot concrete ledge that drops down to the diamond, and that baseball popped right back to the catcher. And if the throw wasn't wild, I think he gets Frisbee at third.
Yeah, Frisbee got lucky there. Big hop off the backstop. Throw was wild in the left field, but ball 4 is taken here by Fitzsimmons. As Mustangs in business here in the top of the first inning. Have already scored 2 runs. There's 2 outs, but we have runners at first and third. As the Mustangs center fielder Nick Garver steps in. Garver also batting .333 in 45 plate appearances. Nick has driven in 6 runs. As the Mustang center fielder steps in. Runner Fitzsimmons at first with speed. As Garver takes strike 1 inside part of the plate.
Be curious to see if the Mustangs try and do a delayed steal with Fitzsimmons at first, like that worked against Skyline on Tuesday.
Fitzsimmons leads this ball club with 5 stolen bases. As the breaking ball is thrown over Nick Garver's head as things even up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Coach Josh Langford down the line at third, runs through his series of signs. It's likely in this 1-1 count that things could be working for Fitzsimmons down the line at first. 1-1 is a good count to run in as Moore delivers. Fitzsimmons stays put. Breaking ball, curve ball, fouled off left side by Garver as the count moves 1 ball, 2 strikes on Nick Garver. Mustangs with runners at first and third. Frisbee down the line at third. Fitzsimmons on first. 2 outs, top of the first inning. Mustangs lead the Falcons 2-0. As Brandon Moore set to deliver his 30th pitch here this afternoon. More sets, a check of the runner, delivers. Hit sharply right side, fielded by the second baseman, flipped on easily to the shortstop. To end the inning. Mustangs don't go quietly as they score 2 and lead with 1/2 inning in the books. Fort Morgan 2, Skyline 0. Listening to Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider, Fort Morgan Baseball this afternoon, where the Mustangs on the road, taking on the Skyline Falcons, wrapping up this Tri-Valley League series. Mustangs beating this Falcons ball club on Tuesday 4-1. Pick up where they left off as they flip on top quickly, 2-0. Mustangs got that big double, Braden, in the top half of this first. Big double by Matt Goto, left center. Scored Mendez all the way from first, and then plated the second run as Goto came across on the fielder's choice ground ball. As first pitch by Matt Goto here this afternoon is taken for a strike. The hitter Garrett Engstead didn't have a hit on Tuesday. The 0-1 pitch misses high and outside. Ball 1 as the count evens up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Goto with a nasty breaking ball. And throws it here. It's popped up right center field. Garver on his horse, a long way to run. That ball's in the gap and falls. Garver picks it up. And Engsted's going to be easily into third with the stand-up triple. We talked about it, Braden. 340 down the lines is normal. 390 is actually pretty normal as far as baseball fields are concerned, but the Mustangs, Eddie Underwood Field only plays about 360 to center, much deeper gaps, much deeper center part of the field as Engsted's on with the leadoff triple for the Falcons.
Nothing really Goto did. Engstead did a good job to pick out his breaking ball and drive it.
We've got a squeeze on as the pitch is fouled straight back. First pitch stealing was runner Engstead from third on that botched squeeze attempt. The left-handed batter, it's not typical you'd see a squeeze in this situation with the batter in the left-handed batter's box, giving the catcher the chance and Flug to see that going, but well executed by the base runner Engstead, who didn't leave early. And with that foul ball straight back, counts 0-1 as the 0-1 pitch on its way, a slider taken right at the knee, strike 2. Goto's quickly ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Skyline with the runner 90 feet away at third base, Engstead, after his leadoff triple. Goto's 0-2 pitch on its way. Breaking ball, skied, shallow, shortstop. Behind third base, collected by Michael Fitzsimmons for the first out this inning.
Platte Valley Hearing Center at 409 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan is getting your hearing to its very best.
Adam Riegel steps in. He had 2 hits when we saw him on Tuesday. Route out to Nick Garver in the center field gap, right center field gap. His first pitch swinging, he fouls it off and out of play right side. Not sure why. The Mustangs got burnt by Northridge doing the same thing, but Garver's shading these hitters pull side, which opens up that right center field gap drastically. As the base hits for Riegel, when we saw him on Tuesday, came to right center field. As the 0-1 pitch, fastball misses high and outside, ball 1. Count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike on the number 3-hole hitter, Adam Riegel. Garrett Engstead 90 feet away at third after his triple. The 1-1 pitch fouled straight back off the screen. As Goto's now ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 3-hole hitter, Adam Riegel. Goto with the sign from Justin Flug, now sets, delivers, 1-2 pitch. Fastball down and outside, ball 2. Martin's playing in left field, shading the line a little bit. He's got his glove up, blocking the sun. That may be an issue as it sets towards the west. Garver shaded slightly towards that left center field gap. Alexander and Wright has not moved with him, so that gap between Garver and Alexander is huge. As things fill up here, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Goto's full count pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, gets away from Flug. Run's going to score on the pass ball. And base runner's on with the walk. As Falcons score here in the bottom half of the first. And the score is now 2-1. Mustangs 2, Falcons 1.
Ackley Building Center, your one-stop center for projects around your home, office, or yard. Ackley Building Center, located at 1402 Mill Street in Brush.
Bottom of the first inning, Fort Morgan scored 2 in the top half. Falcons have scored 1 in the bottom, as the score is 2-1. Cleanup hitter Derek Cyril steps in. Takes first pitch outside for a ball. Mustangs do have 1 out in the bottom of the first, coming on that weak fly ball left side, caught by Fitzsimmons. Long look down the line by Derek Cyrils, his third base coach. As Godo sets to deliver the 1-0 pitch. Instead of throw over, almost in time, as the runner Rigel almost got caught sleeping. Tagged just a little late by Frisbee on that pickoff attempt from Godo. Follow us all season long, B106.com as you listen to us. Wherever it is you have internet, click on the link. Pitch by pitch, we enter things electronically all season long. Again, a throw over by Godo, nothing doing. The runner back easily. Mustangs have proven they can pick runners off and can control the opponent's running game as Godo's 1-0 pitch, runner going, swung on, hit, run, and executed properly as the ball gets out to right field. The runner Rigel is going to go to third easily as the ball is collected by Nate Alexander in right field and thrown on and into second base to keep the runner Ciro's close at first. Falcons now have runners at first and third with 1 out in the bottom of the first inning as Tyler Hamby steps in.
The most important thing to buying a new building or starting a new design-build project is picking the right company to build it. Call Pat Walter, Jared Samples for your free bids. 970-842-5837. Buildingsbydesign.com.
Bottom of the first inning, Mustangs lead 2-1 on the road this afternoon. Skyline High School as Tyler Hamby steps in. Falcons knocking on the door as they've got runners at first and third with only 1 out. Godo delivers again, a squeeze. Pitch is popped up. Foul. Luke gives the chase, but is not able to get there before it hits the grass. As the Falcons proving they will be aggressive here this afternoon. That's 2 squeeze attempts in this first inning.
Which is bizarre because we didn't see any of that on Tuesday's game from Skyline.
No, and you take away a 3-run home run by Alexander, and we're still playing on Tuesday. So this Falcons ball club's going to hang in there all afternoon. The 31 move doing. Throw over to keep the runner close at first. The runner at third was moving towards the plate, if that's any sign for the Mustangs. After that pickoff attempt by Godo, he now sets, delivers, breaking ball, runner in motion, throwing up the middle, tag, not in time. Good throw by Flug, first and third play in order. Mendez caught the ball, made the tag. The umpire said safe, which now has Falcon base runners at second and third. Coach Langford out wanting an explanation from the umpire after that stolen base. Gives the Falcon base runners.
I don't know that Coach Langford is upset about this last call as he was before when the pickoff move at first and Frisbee had him right on the shoulder. I thought that was going to be called out, and then the fact that this last one, that was a good tag put on by Mendez. Coach Langford has every right to be upset with this.
Infield now for the Mustangs in on the grass, with runners at second and third. Tyler Hamby has the 1-ball, 1-strike count. Godo's going to work from the windup, which was part of the squeeze in that on that first attempt. The start of this inning was because he was working from the windup, but nonetheless, the 1-1 pitch misses inside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Tyler Hamby, the 5th hitter in the lineup for the Falcons. 2-1 is our score, bottom of Josh Miller, Braden Schneider, Skyline High School. As that fly ball hit out to Nate Alexander was caught for the second out this inning. Alexander made a great throw on time to the plate. Flug's tag was made, but the runner just slid in. The umpire called him safe. The score's now 2-2. Runner Cyril's down at second, moved up 90 feet as well to third as Michael Miller, the pitcher we saw on Tuesday, steps in. Miller didn't have a hit. And he swings and misses at that pitch for a strike as count evens up on Miller. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mustangs now have 2 outs in this inning as 1-1 pitch is taken. A good breaking ball by Godo as counts now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Michael Miller, and the Mustangs looking to get out of this first inning jam as Godo's 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. That'll do it. Not before the Falcons answer with 2. We've got 1 incomplete and in the books. Mustangs 2, Falcons 2. You're listening to Fort Morgan Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider as we head to the top of the second inning. 2 up for the Mustangs. Nate Alexander will start things off, followed by Justin Fluke, and then back to the top of the lineup for the Mustangs. David Mendez, 2 up third this inning. Braden, a good first inning for the Mustangs. They scored 2 runs, go out defensively, and give them right back as things were started off with that leadoff triple. As Skyline didn't really lay up, we had a base runner steal the base. Looked like close play there on the throw by Alexander. Langford wanting explanations in both of those instances. But where we sit now, 2-2 is the score as Alexander steps in, top of the second inning.
Mustangs really have to just come out, forget about everything that happened in the bottom of that first inning, and play a whole new ball game, play their ball game, not let any of this stuff get in their heads, continue on their game plan.
1-0 pitch to Alexander, a breaking ball way high as Alexander's now ahead, 2 balls, no strikes. 2's all over the scoreboard. 2 runs for the home team, second inning. 2 runs for the guest and 2 balls as 2-0 pitch. Skied right side. Second baseman Garrett White settles in under it, makes the catch. That'll be the first out here in the top of the second inning as Alexander flies out to the second baseman. Justin.
Morgan Federal Bank, your one-stop shop for all of your banking and investment needs, from checkings to savings to IRAs. 321 8th Street, Morgan Federal Bank. There's a difference. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Justin Fluke steps in with 1 out, top of the first. Takes that knuckleball of sorts, whatever that pitch is, either split finger or a knuckleball. Every time the pitcher Moore's thrown it, it's gone over the head of the hitter for the Mustangs as that pitch finds its way all the way to the backstop. Not sure why, but Moore's working from the set with nobody on as Fluke fouls the pitch off over the plate, out of play. As the count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Haven't seen much of Fluke in recent games, offensively speaking. DH for a little bit from Martins. Martins out in left field today. Fluke hitting for himself. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking balls. Swung on and missed. The count moves 1 ball, 2 strikes on the catcher for the Mustangs, Justin Fluke. David Mendez, the leadoff hitter for the Mustangs, on deck. As the 1-2 pitch on its way. Breaking ball. It misses high as the count evens up 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 is our score. Top of the second inning. Right-hander delivers. Again, a breaking ball misses high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Justin Fluke. Fluke, the Mustang catcher. 9th hitter in the lineup for the Mustangs this afternoon as David Mendez waits on deck. 3-2 pitch. Fastball belted. 5-6 hole. And out to left field. It's going to be a single for Fluke. As the Mustangs in business. Well hit ball by Justin. As we're going to have a courtesy runner and Sergio Becerra. Been pretty common in high school rule. It's a rule as well, certain college conferences, a speed-up rule. Courtesy runners allowed for pitchers and catchers. As the head coach, Mike Hoog, heads out to the pitching mound to talk things over with his pitcher after that single by Fluke. Becerra now the base runner at first as Mendez steps in. Mendez reached on a walk in his first at-bat before Godo stepped up and hit that shot double to the left center gap, allowing Mendez to score from first. Wind's changed on us a little bit. Braden started in, blowing in from left field towards the right center gap. Now it's blowing out straight away center field. Looked like it was going to rain on our drive down here. It's cleared up, but now we've got some clouds, maybe possible showers around us.
Yeah, I'd like it for it to hold off till we get this baseball game under our belts and then in our car on the way home.
That would be nice, considering we don't have an umbrella or anything covering us. The rain does come. Moore delivers his first pitch to Mendez, and Mendez takes a big cut. Comes up empty. As Moore jumps ahead quickly with that fastball. No balls, one strike. Series of signs from Mustangs baseball coach Josh Langford. One out, top of the second. Check of the runner and Vaquero at first. Breaking ball misses to Mendez. Count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Mendez this season, 341 from the plate, 9 RBIs, does have 2 home runs. And the 1-1 pitch on its way, a fastball down and at the knees. Not a good pitch to hit. I didn't think personally it was a strike, but the umpire called it. Counts now 1-2 on David Mendez. Vaquero, a pretty aggressive lead off at first. As Brandon Moore, the pitcher for the Skyline Falcons, gives the check of Sergio. Sergio going, Mendez swinging. Pitch is fouled off and out of play. Vaquero will have to go back to first. Mendez stays alive.
Central Auto Parts for all of your auto supply needs. Stop by Central Auto Parts at West Claude Avenue in Fort Morgan.
Top of the second, 2-2 is our score. Both teams scoring 2 runs in the first inning. A throw over to keep Vaquero close. Nothing doing as Sergio's back in time. 1-2 is the count with 1 out in this second inning to the Mustang second baseman, David Mendez. 1-2 pitch, instead a throw over. Sergio back in time. Both teams here early have had to try to control the running game. Matt Godo, who had that double back in the first innings, on deck. 1-2 pitch on its way to Mendez. Swung on. Hit out to right center field. Center fielder drifting over and calls the baseball, makes the catch. It'll be the second out this inning for the Mustangs as Mendez flies out. Sergio has to stay put at first, and that'll bring up Matt Godo.
Premier Farm Credit, committed to serving those in production ag. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending.
Coach Langford threw a series of signs down the line at third base. Moore getting the sign from his catcher, Garrett Engstead, as Godo had that big double in the first inning, steps in. Moore's first pitch, a breaking ball. Godo swinging, grounds his left side to the shortstop. He takes the easy out and flips to second base. That'll do it for the Mustangs. They leave a runner stranded at first base. You head to the bottom of the second inning. You're listening to Fort Morgan Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider, Fort Morgan Baseball. On a Thursday afternoon, as we head to the bottom of the second inning, Fort Morgan 2, Skyline 2. Both teams scoring 2 runs in the first inning. Mustangs not able to answer in the top half as Justin Forrest steps in. Number 7th hitter in the lineup. Out in left field this afternoon for the Falcons. He didn't have a hit in that baseball game on Tuesday as he takes the first pitch by Godo for a strike. Offensively, Falcons statistically know where the Mustangs sit this season as Force takes the second pitch for a strike. Godo's quickly ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, misses ball 1. Good 0-2 pitch by Godo. Force batting .273. Entering today's ball game as he fouls off the 1-2 pitch. Out of play. Frisbee giving a chase. Not much room to run to track that baseball down. Godo's still ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On the 7th hitter in the lineup for the Falcons. Big, huge building of sorts down the right field line, just in foul territory, is solid facilities here at Skyline High School. The fastball on the outside part of the plate is taken strike 3. Strike 3 looking as Godo picks up the first out here in the bottom of the second with the strikeout. He's going to bring up the 8th hitter in the lineup, Garrett White. White steps in and enters today's ball game, batting 167. He did not have a hit on that game on Tuesday as well. As Godo gets set to deliver, the sign from Justin Flug behind home plate. Godo winds up, delivers, curveball, swung on and missed, strike one. Sorry, strike two. Godo's quickly ahead on Garrett White. Go-to pitch on its way. Fastball outside in the dirt. Blocked and caught well by Flug as Godo couldn't get White to chase. Counts now 1-2 strikes on the 8th hitter in the lineup for the Falcons, Garrett White. Godo's 1-2 pitch. Fastball looking, strike three. 2 strikeouts this inning for Godo as Mustangs needed these 2 quick outs. As 9th hitter Tyler Brenneman steps in. Brenneman grounded out twice in that game on Tuesday as he takes the first pitch, a fastball down and outside, ball one. Brenneman, .333 this season for the Falcons, one of their leading hitters. As the pitch on its way by Godo just misses down and inside, ball two. I'd like to see Godo get right back in this count before it gets away from him. 2 quick outs. Don't want to lose this 3rd hitter. 2-0 pitch. Fastball just outside. Misses ball 3. Godo's quickly behind. 3 balls, no strikes. 2 outs. Bottom of the 2nd inning. Mustangs 2, Falcons 2. Godo's 3-0 pitch. Right down Broadway. Taken all the way by Brenneman for the strike. Brenneman's well ahead. 3 balls, 1 strike. 3-1 pitch. Jammed. Baseball gets away quickly from Godo. He can't come up with it. It's going to be an error on Godo. The runner will reach. That ball came off the bat weird as it hit the hands of the batter. Brenneman, Godo couldn't come away with it cleanly. Tried to field it again. Still couldn't come up with it cleanly, and the runner's on with the air. It's going to be a base runner at first for the Falcons. Garrett Engstead, the leadoff hitter, steps in. Godo from the stretch, breaking ball. This is for a ball. Cal moves 1-0 on Garrett Engstead. Engstead started this baseball game off for the Falcons with a triple. As Godo sets to deliver the 1-0 pitch. Check of the runner over at first. Now a throw has him leading, and he's picked off. That'll do it. As we've discussed, the Mustangs will pick off runners all afternoon long as the base runner Brenneman's picked off at the end of the threat. We've got 2 complete in the books. Fort Morgan 2, Skyline 2, Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider, Fort Morgan Baseball on the road this afternoon, Skyline High School, as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. Things are tied up, 2-2. Both teams scoring 2 runs in the 1st inning. As we head to the top of the 3rd, due up for the Mustangs, Aaron Anderson will start things off, the Mustangs' 3rd baseman. Cole Frisbee will be on deck, and James Martins due up 3rd. Anderson in his first at-bat grounded out to the 2nd baseman. It was a good at-bat, moving the runner up. 90 feet Godo to 3rd. Godo scored on the next at-bat as Anderson takes the first pitch for a strike. Fastball on the outer 3rd. Down at the knees, not a good pitch to hit. Anderson does the right thing to take that pitch. 0-1 pitch is fouled off, out of play. And Moore's quickly ahead on Aaron Anderson. No balls, 2 strikes. The approach has to be with no strikes. Find a pitch I can drive. Help out my team. Find a way on base. Take the pitch for a strike. Zone has to expand as Anderson goes down swinging. No balls, 2 strikes. That pitch was a changeup of sorts. Caught Anderson pitching as Moore picks up the strikeout and the first out this inning. Cole Frisbee steps in. Frisbee reached on a fielder's choice. That was the throw to home. Not in time as Godo slid across for the 2nd run in that 1st inning. Frisbee takes the breaking ball, knuckleball of sorts, for a ball down and low. As Brandon Moore's set to deliver his 50th pitch this afternoon. As Frisbee takes a big cut, comes up empty. Things even up, 1-1 strike. Talking about in the break, Braden, only in the top of the third inning, this baseball game's headed towards 45 minutes old.
Slow mover today.
More sets, 1-1 pitch. Fought off by Frisbee. Front yard on the porch of the house sits over here. Houses line this left field. Nice neighborhood down the left field line. Frisbee's now behind 1-2 strikes. Moore continues to work from the set with no runners on. Frisbee goes down swinging. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. Frisbee can't draw contact as Moore kind of answers and follows Godo's lead as Godo struck out the first two hitters for the Mustangs as Moore does the same for the Falcons. The Mustangs have 2 quick outs. First pitch to James Martins, 5th hitter in the lineup for the Mustangs, taken for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Martins lined out up the middle. His first at-bat is the 0-1 pitch, belted left field. It's going to fall in front of the left fielder. Martins on base with the single. Good piece of hitting by Martins as Michael Fitzsimmons steps in.
Colorado Plains Medical Center, transforming lives each day. Colorado Plains Medical Center is where people choose to go for health care.
Martin reaches on that single out to left field. Fitzsimmons steps in. He walked in his first at-bat on 4 pitches. As he swings at the first pitch here, which is fouled off out of play. Follow us all season long as you listen to us, B106.com, wherever it is you have internet. Click on the appropriate Mustang baseball link. Follow us all season long, pitch by pitch, B106.com. Martin's off the bag at first. Moore delivers to Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons again fouls it off. Counts quickly, no balls, 2 strikes on the Mustang shortstop, Michael Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons entering today's ball game with a .333 average. Walked in his first at-bat. Moore comes set, a throw over. Martin's back in time. Mustangs picking off that base runner to end the threat in the bottom of the second. I don't know if we've seen a runner get picked off all year for the Mustangs, Brady.
I don't believe we have. Mustangs are pretty smart on the base paths.
Martin's running, got a good jump, slides in time. Tagged late by the shortstop. Martins is going to get the stolen base. Fitzsimmons took the pitch for a ball. As Mustangs have the runner in scoring position with 2 outs in this third inning. As Fitzsimmons set to receive the 1-2 pitch. Martin's off the bag at second. Breaking ball misses high and inside, ball 2. Things even up on Fitzsimmons, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shortstop Hamby and the second baseman White jockeying with the Mustang base runner James Martins out at second base. Martins with a good lead. Moore shakes his head, doesn't like the sign from the catcher as he now steps off to reset things. Like that catcher ran through about every sign he had. Moore didn't like any of them. Steps off, resets, now has the sign come set. A check of the runner Martins out at second base, delivers the 2-2 pitch. It hits Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons will get the first quickly. Mustangs now have base runners on at first and second. And Nick Garber steps in, the Mustang center fielder. 7th hitter in the lineup for the Mustangs. Runners at first and second, 2 outs, top of the third inning. Fort Morgan 2, Skyline 2. Things knotted up as Nick Garver steps in. Garver hit a ground ball to second base in his first at-bat. Fielder's choice. Runner at first is forced out at second as Garver takes first pitch for a ball. Fastball's high and outside, nowhere close. Fitzsimmons off the bag at first. The first baseman playing all the way back on the grass. Big hole 3-4 side as Garver takes pitch for a strike. The count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Big hole on the right side of the infield as that second baseman, Garrett White, holds Martins on at second. And the 1-1 pitch to Garver, swung on, foul tipped. As Garver now behind, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Garver coming into today's baseball game batting .333. He does have 6 RBIs, 2 doubles. He's also scored 13 times. Had 4 or 5 stolen bases as well with good speed on the base path. More sets, runners going, taken. No throw by the catcher as the Mustangs had a good jump. Martins moves up 90 feet. Fitzsimmons goes with him as Garver takes that pitch for the ball. Things even up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Martins to third on the stolen base. Fitzsimmons to second. 2-2 the count. 2 outs, top of the 3rd inning to Nick Garver, Mustangs center fielder. Brandon Moore for the Falcons comes set. 2-2 pitch on its way. Fastball misses outside. Ball 3. Could be a full count on Nick Garver. Nate Alexander, Mustangs right fielders on deck if we get there. Three-two pitch on its way. Fastball. Fisted off to the 5-6 gap. It's going to get through. Martins is going to score. Fitzsimmons running around third. Slides in time. Will be safe. Garver on to second on the throw. Good execution by Fort Morgan as Garver got that pitch in off his hands, but fought it off far enough the shortstop couldn't get to it. Fell in shallow left field. Both base runners are going to score, and the Mustangs back in business and lead 4-2.
Good job by Nick Garver to come in with 2 outs and put that ball in play.
Great piece of hitting. He started that count off in the hole. Fought his way all the way back. Like I said, baseball got a handle of his bat, but he got enough of it to fight it off. Both those base runners stealing bases to get into scoring position, score, and the Mustangs lead 4-2 as Nate Alexander steps in and takes ball 1. Garver moving up 90 feet on that throw. He'll go in the books as a single. He'll advance to second on that throw from the left fielder trying to cut down Garver. As the 1-0 pitch hits Alexander. As Nate trots down to first base. Mustangs now have runners at first and second. Sorry, that was Fitzsimmons that scored from second. Garver's now at second. Alexander, after the hit by pitch at first, the catcher for the Falcons out to talk to his pitcher and settle him down as Justin Flug, the ninth hitter in the lineup for the Mustangs, steps in. Justin in his first at bat. Singled sharply to left field. As Flug this season's batting .235 entering today's ballgame, that average on the rise. After the single, Nate Alexander down the line at first. Nick Garver out at second. As Justin Flug steps in with David Mendez on deck. Set by the pitcher Moore, and the right-hander's pitch on its way. A fastball fouled off out of play. Good cut by Flug. Barrel just a little bit behind that fastball. Counts 0-1 on the Mustangs catcher, Justin Flug. Top of the 3rd inning, Mustangs 4, Skyline 2. The 0-1 pitch on its way. Breaking ball, hit out to left field. The left fielder going back on the baseball, settles in under it, makes the catch. That'll do it for the Mustangs in the 3rd inning, not before they score 2. Fort Morgan 4, Skyline 2. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Mustangs baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider, Fort Morgan baseball on the road this afternoon, Skyline High School, where the Mustangs add 2 more, now lead 4-2. Mustangs scoring 4 runs on 4 hits. Goda made that error. They've left 5 runners on base. Falcons 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, leaving a runner on base as they try to answer here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's important, Braden, after your team scores runs, that defensively you can go out and shut the team down the next inning, put the old goose egg on the scoreboard and keep things where it's at. Head back to the plate with the lead.
Yeah, Josh, as you and I were talking about off the air, that's one thing you talked about that you pushed in college, and now we've got the Mustangs have a good situation is we just watched the throwdown as the first one went off the tip of Justin's glove, and the second one was way left. So Mustangs need to come out, refocus, worry about this inning right here, and make sure nothing gets across.
Yeah, Godo's got to do a good job of throwing ground balls. His team, the Mustangs defense, has worked well all season long with the ground balls. It's always hard to catch a ball hit hard and in the gap. As batter for the Falcons, Garrett Engstead, their leadoff hitter, after that runner was picked off at first and the second for the Falcons, Engstead steps back in, grounds it sharply to Anderson. Anderson's throw on its way to Frisbee in time, just in time. That may have been a makeup call. I'm not sure, Braden, but Mustangs get the out on the 5-3 put out by Anderson to Frisbee.
It was close. It almost looked like Frisbee's foot came off the bag, and nevertheless, we've got one out.
The first pitch, Engstead had squared the bunt, but instead grounds out 5-3. As the first pitch to Aaron Soriano is taken for a strike. Good fastball by Godo. Left-handed bat is Soriano. First baseman, left-handed glove, left-handed bat. Breaking ball outside, ball one. As things even up, 1-1 strike on number 2 hitter. Left-handed hitting first baseman Aaron Soriano. Soriano flew out in the first inning. Over to Michael Fitzsimmons as 1-1 pitch misses for a ball, 2-1. Godo working quickly, gets the sign from Fluke. Right-hander's 2-1 pitch, change up, misses outside, ball 3. As the count moves, 3 balls, 1 strike on the number 2 hitter in the lineup for the Falcons. 4-2 is our score, bottom of the third inning, 1 out. Godo fills things up. The fastball is taken for a strike. The count's now 3-2 on Aaron Soriano. Carver shaded slightly to the right side. Godo falls off the pitching mound. Pitch goes in the dirt. It's going to be ball 4. This pitching mound, Braden's one of the biggest ones we'll probably see all year.
Yeah, it's tall. It's not something I'm used to seeing. And I don't know about you. You played at the college level. Is that similar to college style, or?
No, there's rules. The mound can only be about 12 inches off the ground, the rubber itself, but it's always hard to track that, and you can't do maintenance work the day of a game. But what is, I'd imagine over the course of years, that mound's collected a lot of dirt, and it's a big one. Not much of a fall-off, is it, but the big pile of dirt in the middle of the field. As the fastball misses in the dirt to Adam Reigel, the number 3 hole hitter. Reigel reached on a walk. Long look down the line to the third base coach. Godo quick to throw over, keeping the runner Soriano close. Soriano back easily on the pickoff attempt by Godo. 1-0 is the count on Adam Reigel as he steps back in. Godo with his sign, delivers, runner going. Swung on, hit right side. Alexander settles in under the baseball. Takes a couple steps back. Makes the catch. It'll be the second out this inning. Runner has to retreat. And back to first is Soriano. The Mustangs have 2 outs in this third inning. Derek Searles steps in. He had a single in his first at-bat on what was a little bit of the controversy, that ball fielded by Alexander and thrown to the plate in time. But the tag was not made. As the Falcons back in that first inning had tied things up 2-2. Throw over by Godo, keeping the runner close, nothing doing. As he now is sets, delivers, a breaking ball swung on and missed. Count snowballs, 1 strike on cleanup hitter, Derek Searles. Bottom of the third inning, 2 outs. Mustangs lead the Falcons 4-2. Stiff wind from home plate, straight away to center field. Ball's hit sharply up the middle. Fitzsimmons lays out for it. Doesn't have a chance to come up with it, as it's going to be Searles' second single this afternoon. Base runner's going to move up 90 feet from first. Soriano. Falcons now have runners at first and second. as Tyler Canby steps in. Canby flew out right side to Alexander in his first at-bat. As Godo checks the runner now at second, delivers, fastball taken for a strike. Good fastball right at the letters. Umpire thought about it for a minute, but it's in the books as a strike. No balls, one strike is the count. 2 outs, bottom of the third inning. Runners at first, second for the Falcons. Pickoff play working. Fitzsimmons couldn't come up with the baseball as it squirts away and out to right field, but not far enough for anybody to advance. Mustangs running pickoff plays all season long very effectively. Not sure if Fitzsimmons was a little late to the baseball or what, but I'm not so sure if he would have gotten there on time, made the tags. May have had Soriano out. Godo again a check of the base runners. The 0-1 pitch on its way, a fastball. Fisted left side to Fitzsimmons, flipped on easily to Mendez for the out. That'll do it for the Falcons. Mustangs doing just what they needed to do, put the 0 on the scoreboard. And with 3 incomplete in the books, Fort Morgan 4, Skyline 2. Head to the top of the 4th inning, Mustangs baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider, Fort Morgan baseball on the road this afternoon, Skyline High School, where the Mustangs lead the Falcons 4-2. As we head to the top of the 4th inning, back to the top of the lineup for the Mustangs, David Mendez, Matt Godo. Do a third, Aaron Anderson. As the Mustangs look to add on some insurance runs, as this Skyline Ball Club's put up a little bit of a fight here this afternoon, and it wasn't necessarily a close ball game on Tuesday either. David Mendez steps in. 0 for 1 is Mendez, flew out and reached on a walk. Takes first pitch, curve ball for a strike. Good approach by Mendez. Like to get that first pitch to hit with no strikes on you is select strike. Got to expand your zone. And the 0-1 pitch, belted right field over the head of the right fielder. He's giving a chase. He won't get there. Ball's going to go all the way to the wall. Mendez with speed is running around second on his way to third. He's going to be in there easily with a stand-up triple. As that flag, Braden's blowing the same direction Mendez hit the baseball, and outfielders all afternoon playing shallow. That ball gets over the right fielder's head. Mendez has the stand-up triple.
Yeah, and I'm glad it's on our end. We get the good luck this time, as hopefully the Mustangs will make that adjustment and back up. But for a second, when Mendez first hit that ball, I expected that ball to get out with that wind because that flag is straight out to that right center gap.
Mendez 90 feet away from scoring at third. Godo steps in. The right-hander Moore delivers. Godo first pitch swinging, fouls it straight back off the screen. Godo in his first at-bat had that RBI double that allowed Mendez to score all the way from first. Godo reached on a fielder's choice in his second at-bat. Ground ball to shortstop. The 0-1 pitch to Godo. Breaking ball flown out to center field. It's going to be far enough to score Mendez. That's if the center fielder can even get there. He can't. Mendez is going to score easily. Godo's going to get to second for his second double this afternoon. Both RBI doubles this afternoon for Godo. He's driven in Mendez twice, and the Mustangs add another and now lead 5-2. That wind is helping the Mustangs, Braden, as Godo, the pitcher, comes out for the courtesy runner, Jacob Frick.
And just to give you listeners an idea of how hard the wind is blowing right now, as it is moving that flagpole that is out in the right center gap back and forth, as we're protected as we're on the downslope down in here in a hole here in Skyline.
Godo out at Jacob Frick, the courtesy runner, out at second base for Godo. First pitch to Anderson's taken for a ball. Anderson this afternoon's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Frick off the bag out at second, a check from Moore. Right-hander's pitch on the way, misses down and outside, ball 2. Anderson did a good job in his first at-bat, pulling that baseball right side in the same situation, allowing the base runner from second to move up to third. 2-0 count. You'd like to see him look for that pitch where he can do that again and Sacrifices that bat to move the base runner. Instead, he hits it sharply left side to the shortstop. Frick's going to be able to move up as the shortstop can't come up with it cleanly. I'll tell you what, Braden, that's another well-hit baseball by Anderson. We've seen him hit 3 baseballs about as hard as you can hit them in the last 2 baseball games.
Most definitely, Anderson's doing a great job right now at the plate. Being picky, nonetheless, making pitchers work, and he's finding the pitches that he wants, and then he's just jumping all over them, and whether they're hard-hit ground balls or those 2 doubles that he hit off the right field fence in Morgan on Tuesday, Anderson's doing a phenomenal job as of late.
First and third for the Mustangs. Still no outs with 1 across this 4th inning as Cole Frisbee steps in. Pitch gets to the backstop. Frick's going to score easily. Anderson up 90 feet to second. The Mustangs get another on that wild pitch. Taken for a ball by Frisbee. Bounced in front of the catcher all the way to the backstop as the Mustangs move up 90 feet on that wild pitch. Mustangs now, I've screwed something up. I show 6 runs, Braden.
That's what the scoreboard has.
Oh, well, that's what we want to see, I guess. 6-2. Mustangs lead. We'd rather have 6 than 5. As Frisbee's check swing called for a strike. Counts now 1-1 on Frisbee. Mustangs lead the Falcons 6-2. In this top of the 4th inning, still no outs as Frisbee 0 for 2 this afternoon, looking for some revenge. As the 1-1 pitch on its way from Moore. Breaking ball misses high and outside, ball 2. I've got my umpire's jacket on this afternoon, Braden. If I was behind the plate, I would probably call the balk there as Moore had a pretty obvious flinch on the mound. Surprised the balk wasn't called. But 2-1 pitch on its way to Frisbee. Instead, he steps off, keeps the runner close to Anderson, as Anderson has a pretty aggressive lead off the bag at second. That wind's really picked up. If Frisbee can get something in the air, he may have a chance to add another 2 runs on the board for the Mustangs. A 2-1 pitch on its way, a big cut. Frisbee comes up empty as the count's now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And I think he's realizing that he knows that he has enough power. If that ball gets up into the wind, it's just going to carry, and that ball will clear 390 feet easily.
Check up the runner. The 2-2 pitch to Frisbee. Fisted left side. The runner's going to have to stay put. Fielded cleanly by the third baseman on to first in time. Frisbee will be the first out this inning. Aaron Anderson has to stay put on that ground ball. I'd like to see the Mustangs work to try to advance that runner there, but with Frisbee in the 2-strike situation, all he can do is fight it off. It's going to go 5-3 in the scorebook. First out this inning for the Mustangs as James Martin steps to the plate. Martin's 1 for 2 this afternoon. Martin's lined out. Reached on a single. As he swings wildly at the first pitch, misses. Strike 1. Anderson off at second. Not much working as far as holding him on is concerned, as the pitch to Martins is swung on and missed again. Martin's very aggressive. Comes up empty on the first 2 pitches. Is quickly behind. No balls, 2 strikes. Last 2 at-bats, big cuts by Frisbee, big cuts from Martins. They've proven they can drive runners in. They've proven they can get hits. But with the runner out at second, you'd like to see him just at least execute, put the ball in play. As the 0-2 pitch at the eyes is swung on and missed, strike 3.
All 3 of those pitches that James swung at right there were all high and away in the zone. One did come on inside, but all of them eye level and over the numbers. I'm sure Coach Langford wants to see James be a little more selective at the plate. With now that we have 2 outs with a runner in scoring position, you really want to move that runner.
Fitzsimmons steps in, first pitch swing, he tried to hold up, not able to do so as the breaking ball was in the dirt, but Fitzsimmons couldn't hold the swing. It's going to be a strike. No balls, 1 strike to count on Michael Fitzsimmons. 2 outs, top of the 4th inning. Mustangs lead 6-2. Breaking ball hit out to center field. Aaron Anderson running, being waved around by Coach Langford. Throw on its way from the center fielder into the winds. Not going to get there in time as the Mustangs add another. That throw cut off by the first baseman. Anderson scores easily as Michael Fitzsimmons reaches with his single. Fitzsimmons now 1 for 1 with the RBI single, also reaching on a walk and hit by pitch. As he picks up the RBI and adds another to the Mustangs' tally, the Mustangs now lead 7-2. As that wind blowing out straight away from home plate to center field, not much the center fielder could do as far as cutting Anderson off. Heading to home. Garver steps in, tries to bunt for the base hit. Instead, he pops it up. It's going to be caught by the pitcher. Good idea by Garver. Just not able to execute as that ball is caught by the pitcher, and that'll do it for the Mustangs, but not before. They pick up 3 runs, add to their total. Fort Morgan 7, Skyline 2. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Mustangs baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider, back here at Skyline High School, where the Mustangs now lead 7-2. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, Michael Miller steps in. Miller entering today's ballgame, batting an even 300, takes the first pitch for a ball. 0 for 1 this afternoon is Miller with a strikeout. As Goto working quickly, delivers the 1-0 pitch, a slider, misses outside, ball 2. Mustangs have to do a good job, no different than the last inning. Put the goose egg on the scoreboard and leave it where it's at. 7-2 is our score. 2-0 pitch misses, ball 3. Goto quickly behind here on the leadoff, to the leadoff hitter this inning, Michael Miller. Miller, the 6th hitter in the lineup. The 3-0 pitch misses high and inside, ball 4. Skyline has the leadoff runner on after 4 straight pitches. Goto's thrown 55 pitches already this afternoon as he begins his 4th inning of work. 30 of the 55, 4 strikes. Goto now from the stretch. A check of the runner. Miller delivers. Fastball high and inside. Ball 1. 5 straight balls here from Goto. Nobody down the line in the bullpen working. Throw over by Goto to keep Miller close.
Skyline did send Aaron Soriano down, and he is throwing, getting warmed up. See if we see him next inning or if they wait till the 6th.
Left-handed first baseman. Goto's pitch on its way. Again, a ball. Luke thought about throwing down. Instead thought otherwise. Gets the ball back to Goto. 6 consecutive balls. 2-0 pitch on its way. Goto, fastball right at the knees as he finds the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. Good fastball by Goto. Needs to keep it there, get the ground ball. Ideally, the double play. As the Mustangs have proven they can turn the double play. Throw over in time. Tag's a little late.
Another close play at first.
Not sure the umpire's quick enough to see what's going on there out at second base today. He's a long way from seeing that tag we put down. As 2-1 pitch, skied to the middle part of the field. Frisbee calling off Goto, makes the catch. It'll be the first out this inning. Goto thought about it. Frisbee did the better thing, called the pitcher off, made the catch. Be the first out this inning.
Northern Colorado Title. For all of your title needs, visit Tim Weimer at Northern Colorado Title at 205 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan.
Garrett White steps in, the 8th hitter in the lineup for the Falcons with 1 out, bottom of the 4th inning. Goto sets, delivers, breaking ball, a good breaking ball for a strike. Garrett struck out in his first at-bat this afternoon. Goto gets the sign from Flug instead of throw over to keep the runner close at first, and Miller. Miller back easily this time. As the 0-1 pitch is belted to left field by Anderson. He made an attempt, couldn't get the glove on it in time. It's going to be a single for White. Miller's going to move up 90 feet. Falcons are going to have base runners at first and second after that hard-hit single by Garrett White. Tyler Brenneman, the 9th hitter in the lineup, one of their leading hitters. A little bit of strategy or trickery by the Falcons coach. Put one of their best hitters in the bottom part of the lineup, but he reached on an error in his first at-bat as he takes takes the first pitch for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners at first and second for the Falcons. 1 out in this 4th inning. Goto comes set. Check of the runner at second. Back pick to first. Runner at first back in time. Mustangs have seen that play work for them this year. As Frisbee comes in back door on that runner at first base. Goto now sets, delivers, fastball high, ball 2. Not really much room to put these runners on as 2-0 pitch on its way. Goto sets. Middle of the infield jockeying the runner at second. Goto's 2-1 fastball is called for a strike on the inside part of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Tyler Brenneman. Like to see Goto get the ground ball here, at least pick up an out. There's now movement in the Mustangs bullpen down the line as it looks like Ulysses Hernandez warms up. 2-1 pitch by Goto, breaking ball misses outside, ball 3. Goto's now behind 3 balls, 1 strike on the 9th hitter in the lineup, Tyler Brenneman. Goto's 3-1 pitch on its way, fastball right at the knees, strike 2 as Goto fills things up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's 1 out in this 4th inning. Mustangs lead 7-2 and would like to keep it there if they can find their way out of this jam. Goto comes set. Payoff pitch on its way. Fastball. Fisted out to right field. It's going to be a base hit. Alexander comes up with it cleanly. His throw, a good one into the middle of the diamond, cut off by Frisbee as the Falcons have to stay put. Everybody moves up 90 feet. Bases are now loaded for the Falcons with 1 out in this 4th inning.
Stop by 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan for leather jackets, t-shirts, banners, and more. BGT Quest is also your local expert for customizing your team's sports apparel.
We'll take a quick break as Coach Langford runs out to talk to his pitcher. Score 7-2, Mustangs lead, B106, B106.com. Coach Langford having a quick conversation with his pitcher, Matt Goto. Bottom up this 4th inning, 1 out. The bases are loaded. Mustangs lead 7-2, but need to get out of this jam without allowing the Falcons to get back in this baseball game. Goto working from the windup. Breaking ball misses down inside, ball 1 to the leadoff hitter, Garrett Engstead. Engstead 1 for 2, started things off this afternoon with a triple. Grounded out in his last at-bat. Goto's 1-0 pitch, taking fastball for a strike. Things even up, 1 ball, 1 strike on Engstead. Middle for the Mustangs, and Fitzsimmons and Mendez play a regular depth. Look for the ground ball double play. Corners for the Mustangs in on the grass. As the 1-1 pitch misses, ball 2. Frisbee now backs up behind that runner at first base. Anderson in on the grass at third. Fastball on the inside part of the plate misses, ball 3 as the count moves to 3-1. Nowhere to put the hitter Engstead as Goto's got to be careful as well as not to be too good of a pitch. This base is loaded. Instead, it's ball 4. Everybody's going to move up 90 feet. Falcons score their 3rd run here this afternoon as left-handed hitting Soriano steps in. Soriano 0 for 1. Flew out his first at-bat, left side, and walked. Goto's just got to do a better job of getting ahead early in the count. It's always difficult when you fall behind. Percentage has increased drastically for the hitter as well. 1 out, bottom of the 4th. Goto winds up, delivers again, high and outside, ball 1. 7-3 is our score. The Falcons have the bases loaded. Goto gets the sign, winds up. 1-0 pitch, a good one right at the knees for a strike as the count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. Long series of signs given by the third base coach here for the Falcons. We've seen them, Braden, attempt to squeeze 3 different times now in this baseball game, and here it is again. Bunt's going to be down in time. Thrown on to first by Goto for the 2nd out. The run scores. The run scores on the bunt. Hitter's going to be put out. 1-3. Brooks Langford wanting an explanation. He thought that hitter may have stepped out of the batter's box on that bunt attempt. You teach your hitters when you squeeze to get the bunt down at all costs. That's what happened here. But the run's going to score. Never seen as much as I did it myself, Braden. I always went out, wanted an explanation. May have thought I was right and the umpire was wrong, but many years as I've played the game and coached the game, I've never seen an umpire change his mind.
Last year at Eddie Underwood Field, I did see Coach Langford did win one, but that's the only one I think I've ever seen, even at the major league level. I don't think those umpires give too much, as they are the overriding official.
Runners now at second and third, 2 outs. First pitch misses for a ball to Adam Reigel, the 3-hole hitter in the lineup for the Falcons. 7-4 is now our score. As the curveball is called for a strike, things even up. 1 ball, 1 strike. 7-4, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning. Godo working from the windup. Set to deliver his 1-1 pitch. Fastball inside, ball 2. Godo's approaching 80 pitches. A lot of these fastballs he's leaving up can partially be due to him getting tired. As the 2-1 pitch is on its way again, high and inside, ball 3. He's got to do a better job of getting that arm out in front. Body's way ahead of that arm. Arm's dragging. Pitch up in the zone as he's behind now 3-1. 3-1 pitch, a breaking ball called for a strike as the count fills up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, 4th inning. Full count pitch on its way to Adam Reigel. Fastball outside, ball 4. Bases are now loaded again. Godo just has to help himself. Allow these batters to put the baseball in play. He's helped this Skyline Falcons team out this inning with a couple of walks. Trying to do a little too much on his own. Locate the pitch at the knees and allow these hitters to get themselves out as now the cleanup hitter, Derek Cyril, steps in with the bases loaded. 2 outs in this 4th inning. Breaking ball, swung on and missed, strike 1. Cyril's is 2 for 2 this afternoon with 2 singles. Not necessarily the hitter we'd like to see in there right now, Braden, but Godo's got to do a good job, pull his belt buckle tight, make something happen. Luis Hernandez continues to warm in the Mustangs bullpen down the left field line. Godo's 0-1 pitch, fisted left side. Anderson fields it cleanly, throws it on in time to get out of the jam. Not before the Falcons score 2. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Mustangs 7, Falcons 4. For Morgan Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider back here at Skyline High School where the Fort Morgan baseball team heads to the top of the 5th inning. Mustangs lead the Falcons 7-4. As could have been a lot worse in that last inning, Braden. Mustangs get out of the jam, leaving the bases loaded. Getting that ground out by their cleanup hitter.
Yeah, Godo kind of helped himself there. Found his zone late in that inning as he started throwing the pitches. He started the inning throwing them, leaving them high in the zone, and there late he was throwing them low. He found his breaking ball, and that breaking ball is really kind of one of Matt Godo's staples. It's a staple to the whole Mustang pitching staff. David Mendez also has a very good breaking ball. So it's good to see the Mustangs, Matt Godo, especially fight back out of that and still have a 3-run lead going into the top of the 5th.
We saw Soriano warming up down the line for the Falcons. He stays out at first base as Brandon Moore begins his 5th inning of work. Moore's already thrown 87 pitches this afternoon. This will likely be his last inning of work as he approaches 100 pitches. Nate Alexander, the 8th hitter in the lineup for the Mustangs, steps in, takes breaking ball for a strike. Alexander grounded out this afternoon and reached as he was hit by a pitch. As he's back in the batter's box, the 0-1 pitch by Moore on its way. Ball high and outside as things even up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Justin Flug, the Mustangs catcher, on deck. David Mendez in the hole. As Moore now working from the windup. We've seen him the majority of the afternoon in the stretch. And Alexander hits it hard right back up the middle, but fielded cleanly by the pitcher Moore and flipped on to first for the first out this inning as Justin Flug will come up after Alexander goes in the books 1-3.
Insurance Connections, whether it's health, life, or dental insurance or medical. See Sharon Kaufman at Insurance Connections today.
Luke takes the first pitch for a ball. Justin Flug, 1 for 2, single and a fly out this afternoon. Big, tall right-hander Brandon Moore winds up, delivers the 1-0 pitch. Fastball right at the knees, inside part of the plate, strike 1.
You give Brandon Moore credit. He's done a much better job as of late locating his fastball and his breaking ball. As earlier on, we saw 2 of those breaking balls go behind the batters.
1-1 pitch well inside as Flug backs off the plate. Counts now 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Justin Flug, the Mustangs catcher. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball, misses down and inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. The count on Justin Flug. David Mendez on deck. Mac Godo in the hole. As the Mustangs' Ulysses Hernandez continues to throw, now joined by Michael Fitzsimmons in the bullpen down the left field line. 3-1 pitch, called for a strike, as the count's now full on Justin Flug. As Brandon Moore set to deliver the payoff pitch. Fastball, swung on and missed. Outside part of the plate, Flug had to reach for it, came up empty. Be the second out this inning on the strikeout. As David Mendez, back to the top of the order for the Mustangs, steps in. Mendez, 1 for 2 this afternoon, reached on a walk, flown out, had that triple in his last at-bat, really got things going for the Mustangs. As first pitch swinging, he fouls it off out of play right side. Good cut by Mendez, just a little bit behind that fastball. Big, tall right-hander Moore winds up, delivers the 0-1 pitch in the dirt to the backstop. Count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mendez, for his size, you wouldn't expect it, but he's got 2 home runs this year, Braden. Hits for power. That baseball to right center, 1 hop the fence his last at-bat. He's proven he can hit the baseball over the fence. Proven he can hit with power all season long. 1-1 pitch to Mendez, misses high and outside, ball 2. Counts now 2-1.
You mentioned Mendez and his power. Mendez in the summer does play on a traveling Rocky scout team, so I'm sure that their hitting coaches and stuff, he gets a little extra opportunity there.
This baseball hit left side in the 5-6 hole, fielded cleanly by the shortstop, but that's just a long throw to make. Mendez's speed, he's down the line and on base with the infield single. That pitch got in on his hands, jammed him. But he fought it off enough to get it by the third baseman. By the time the shortstop fielded the baseball, Mendez has already hit first base. Godo steps in with 2 outs in this 5th inning. Mustangs lead 7-4. Mendez off the bag at first base. An aggressive lead as Godo steps in. Throw over to keep Mendez close. Mendez back easily. As the right-hander sets. A check of the runner and David Mendez at first. Now delivers to Godo. Godo takes it inside. It gets by the catcher. Mendez moves up 90 feet to second on that pass ball. Godo almost tried to stick his knee into that and let that pitch hit him, but ball got by the catcher to the backstop. Mendez moves up 90 feet to second and into scoring position as the Mustangs can use another run. 3's not going to be enough against this Skyline ball club. As Moore comes set, checks Mendez out at second base, being held on by the second baseman. Fastball on the inside part of the plate misses as the count moves 2 balls, no strikes on Matt Godo. Godo's had 2 doubles here this afternoon. 1 to left center, 1 to right center. 2 for 3 is Godo, and he punches this ball deep left field. Left fielder going back on the baseball, settles underneath it in time to make the catch. That'll do it for the Mustangs in this 5th inning. They go quietly, leave a runner on. Mustangs 7, Falcons 4. You're listening to Fort Morgan Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Snyder, Fort Morgan Baseball on the road this afternoon. Skyline High School, where the Mustangs lead the Falcons 7-4 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. 5, 6, 7 due up for the Falcons. Tyler Hamby, Michael Miller, Justin Forst. As the Mustangs luckily got out of that last inning, leaving the bases loaded.
And I'm surprised that Matt Godo is still on the hill, in all honesty.
I am a little bit as well, with his pitch count reaching close to 100 pitches. As Hamby steps in, takes ball 1. That fastball misses. Was it called for a strike or did it miss?
No, they did call it for a strike. Umpire a little delayed, but nonetheless, Godo did get that strike.
Works for us as the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 2. The 85th pitch for Godo. Like to see him go as much as we can. Grounded left side. Fitzsimmons tries to come up with it. Not able to do so. Ball goes under his glove. It's going to be a single for Hamby to start things off this inning for the Falcons.
Even if Fitzsimmons does make that play, that's a tough throw as Hamby is quick down the first baseline.
Yeah, that slow roller up the middle. Godo stuck his hand out at it to try to stop it. Fitzsimmons tried to do his best to come up with it, not able to do so. Miller steps in, takes a big swing, comes up empty. No balls, 1 strike on Michael Miller. As Tyler Hamby's down the line at first base, held on by Cole Frisbee. Wind's died down a little bit, but still blowing out straight away. As the 0-1 pitch misses. Throw down from Fluke to Hamby. Hamby just back in time. Counts now 0 balls, 2 strikes on Michael Miller. After the pickoff attempt by Fluke. 0 balls, 2 strikes. That's where the count was when Hamby reached. It was just too good of an 0-2 pitch. Good enough that Hamby was able to get enough of his bat on it for the single. Godo throws over. Back in time is Hamby. Godo now gets the sign from the Mustangs catcher, Justin Fluke. Right-hander's pitch on its way. 0-2 pitch, a good 0-2 pitch. Up under the letters. Out straight back by Miller. That pitch well elevated in the zone. As the count remains, 0 balls, 2 strikes. Temperature's probably changed about 20 degrees, Braden, since we've gotten here. As things have really cooled off. Sun's now hiding behind the clouds, and not to jinx it, but we may see a rain shower or 2 before we get out of here. Again, a throw over. Nothing doing as Godo now comes set to deliver the 0-2 pitch to Michael Miller. Breaking ball taken. Ball throw down to second in time. The runner Hamby was going. Almost looked a little bit like a delayed steal. The breaking ball missed for a ball. Fluke, a great throw. Mendez covering at second, makes the tag. Hamby's out, caught stealing. 2-4. Counts 1 and 2 as Godo's back now to the windup to deliver. Breaking balls, check swing. Fluke's going to have to get to it. Got away from him. The throw down to Frisbee's not in time. Michael Miller's going to reach on that wild 3rd strike. Fluke not able to get to the baseball in time to make the throw. But just as fast as the Mustangs eliminate Hamby, Miller's now on base at first. Bottom of this 5th inning, Mustangs lead 7-4. There's 1 out. Falcons have the runner at first base as number 7th hitter in the lineup, Justin Forst, steps in. First pitch by Godo, swung on and missed, strike 1. Where Godo is and where the Mustangs are in this inning, it may prove to be pivotal or critical, depending on which way we look at it here as this inning progresses. But should be the second out in the books, no runners on. Instead, we've got a runner at first. As the pickoff attempt by Goto to keep Miller close, unsuccessful. Miller back easily as Goto sets again a throw. Not sure what we saw there.
Josh, that is the famous fake no-throw by the pitcher. And now they're going to call a balk? No, that can't be right. That's a designed play. The Mustangs ran this play 7 or 8 times last year. And it's where the pitcher comes off the mound and fakes the throw like he threw it over the first baseman's head. The first baseman takes off like he's running. They did get a couple batters with it last year. To make mention of it, Coach Langford is livid.
The umpire's not willing to explain themselves as they're now going to call it a balk. And with that balk, the runner's going to move to second base. Coach Langford explaining that pitcher steps off before that happens. I'm not going to lie. These umpires, a little past their years, have probably been able to do this to the best of their ability. This isn't the first time this afternoon these guys have not been aware of what's going on. As in a close baseball game, conference league play, you don't want the umpires to decide the outcome. As scores 7-4, now the runner out at second base in Miller as Goto comes, sets, delivers. Fastball inside, ball 1. Count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. There's 1 out in this 5th inning. Mustangs continue to lead 7-4. As Goto comes, sets, delivers the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses inside, ball 2. Goto getting the signs from his shortstop on what is working up the middle here on the pickoff play. 2-1 pitch by Goto on its way after the high leg kick. Hit left side, Fitzsimmons. They're going to throw ahead to third. Tagged out is the base runner, Miller, trying to advance second to third. It's a good decision by the Mustangs shortstop to cut off that lead runner. The Mustangs now have the second out in this 5th inning. The hitter forced to be on first after the fielder's choice. Good play by Fitzsimmons at short to get that lead runner again.
Equitable Savings and Loan, Northeast Colorado's hometown savings and loans in Fort Morgan and Brush.
6-5 on the putout. 2 outs this inning. Runner forced on the fielder's choice down the line at first. As Goto sets to deliver the first pitch to Garrett White. Swung on and missed, strike 1. White, the 8th hitter in the lineup for the Falcons. He's 1 for 2 this afternoon. Struck out, singled in his last at-bat. As Goto comes set. Check of the runner at first. Now delivers. Fastball popped up right side. Frisbee calls the baseball. As his hat flies off, he makes the catch. It'll be the 3rd out this inning. Mustangs get out of the jam without getting hurt. And we head to the top of the 6th inning. Mustangs 7, Skyline 4. Fort Morgan Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider back here at Skyline High School where, as anticipated, we likely thought that would be the last inning for Moore. It is as Soriano comes onto the mound. The left-handed arm. As it looks like Moore just switches positions and now is over at first base for the Falcons. An easy substitution here as Soriano finishes warm-up pitches. Mustangs are going to lead things off with Aaron Anderson, then followed by Cole Frisbee and James Martins. First 2 hitters due up for the Mustangs are left-handed bats. As Soriano, the left-handed arm, he doesn't throw as hard as Moore did. Always a tough matchup, Braden, when you get the lefty-lefty matchup.
Yeah, it's harder for the hitter to pick up that ball that's coming out of the pitcher's hand as it is right on with you. So we'll see how Aaron Anderson and Cole Frisbee make that adjustment as they are due up. But from watching Soriano, he really I haven't seen him throw a good hard fastball. He's thrown a lot of breaking balls, a changeup. Yet to see anything that resembles a fastball. Right there, you just watched it look like a curveball.
Yeah, his fastball, it may be more of a cutter of sorts, but not the velocity that we've seen here this afternoon. It's probably about as fast as we're going to see it right there from Soriano. Baseball game on Tuesday, the Mustangs won 4-1. It was a quick one. It was done in an hour and 30 minutes. Braden, we're 1 hour and 47 minutes into this baseball game with still 2 innings to play. Much slower paced baseball game. A little more runs scored as well as Anderson steps in. Soriano's first pitch, a curveball, called for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Big 12-6, slow-moving breaking ball from Soriano. Anderson did a good job with no strikes to take that pitch as the 0-1 fastball high at the letters, misses ball 1. Count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cole Frisbee, the left-handed first baseman on deck for the Mustangs. Two up third this inning, James Martins. Anderson on the 1-1 pitch swinging, comes up empty. As pitcher Soriano is now ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Mustangs are going to have to make the adjustment as Anderson was way out ahead of that ball with this less velocity.
Breaking ball on the 1-2 pitch, misses high and inside, ball 2. Count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 6th inning, Mustangs lead 7-4. Mustangs off to a quick start, scored 2 runs. Falcons answered with 2. Mustangs pulled ahead with 2 more. Added another 3 to take the lead 7-2. Falcons closed the gap. And it's been this way for the last 2 innings as Anderson goes down swinging. First out this inning on the strikeout brings up Cole Frisbee. Frisbee is a contact hitter. Adjusted well all year to different velocities and pitch locations. Interesting to see how he handles Soriano here as he takes the breaking ball outside and in the dirt, ball 1. Frisbee 0 for 3 this afternoon. Struck out, grounded out. There's the 1-0 pitch on the way from the left-hander, Soriano. Frisbee takes it on the inside part of the plate, strike 1. As the count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. One out, top of the 6th. Pitch on its way to Frisbee. Again, almost the same spot, not called for a strike. Coach Langford shaking his head down the third base box. He's been frustrated with the umpires all afternoon. I can't blame him. Spent many years in that third base coaching box. Had my fair share of frustrations with many umpires. Fortunately, not much you can do about it. But still hurts in a close ball game when the umpires have made some poor decisions. Frisbee fouls the 2-1 pitch off out of play. Things even up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Soriano works to get the sign from his catcher, Garrett Ingstead. Frisbee now back in the box. Left-hander's 2-2 pitch to Frisbee. Breaking ball taken outside part of the plate. Strike 3 looking. Soriano comes in, strikes out the first 2 Mustangs here. As James Martin steps in. Martin's number 7 on his back. 5th in the lineup. Mustangs left fielder. Number 7 playing the 7th position. The left-hander slow to wind up, but does. The fastball misses high, ball 1. Big, long, slow wind-up from Soriano. And James ready to receive the 1-0 pitch. Fastball outside part of the plate, misses. Counts now 2 balls, no strikes. Martin's ahead. 2-0 count, good count to hit from. Martins can dial up 1 pitch, 1 speed, 1 location. Gaps are open. As Martins hits it hard left side. Fielded cleanly by the third baseman, Brenneman. Throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, but the tag's in time. Mustangs go down 1-2-3 in the 6th. Fort Morgan 7, the Skyline 4 will head to the bottom of the 6th inning. B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Snyder back here as we get set for the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitching change for the Mustangs. We saw Ulysses Hernandez warming up. Latter part of the last inning, he's now into the baseball game on the mound for the Mustangs. Matt Godo goes out to left field, replacing James Martins. Mustangs not using a DH this afternoon, so with Martins making that last out, Ulysses Hernandez comes into the game for James. Goto position change from the mound out to left field. Hernandez's first pitch misses for a ball. The 1-0 pitch is taken for a strike. As counts 1-1 on the ninth hitter in the lineup, Tyler Brenneman. Breaking ball by Hernandez misses. 2 balls, 1 strike. I haven't seen a whole lot of Hernandez this year on the mound. He has thrown a couple times. As that 2-1 pitch misses. Or was it strike, Brady?
It was a strike. It was foul tip down the left field line.
I must have blinked. 2-2 pitch, a wild one. Gets to the backstop as the count fills out. Trying to get Hernandez's numbers here. Hernandez in 7.2 innings pitched this season, a 3.65 ERA. Highest opponent's batting average for the Mustangs pitching staff at 324. As that pitch is fouled off out of play as Brenneman stays alive. 3-2 is the count on Tyler Brenneman. The wind has almost come to a standstill. Just a really light breeze now as the sun's back out. Ball 4. Brenneman's going to give the Falcons the leadoff base runner. That fastball didn't miss by much. As we're now back to the top of the order, Garrett Engstead, the Falcons catcher, steps in. Engstead 1 for 2. He had a triple. Hasn't done much since. Brenneman off the bag, held on by Frisbee. Hernandez, breaking ball. Taken by Engstead for a strike. Hernandez has about 4 different release points. He'll come down from his shoe tops. He'll come about halfway down, 3/4 of the way down, straight over the top if he needs to, as pitch is fisted left side, ground ball in time for the force out. Good play by Fitzsimmons to get the lead runner. Brenneman, 6-4 on the putout. Engstead will reach on the fielder's choice. Fitzsimmons got rid of that baseball quickly. He had to. It was just in time as they forced out the runner 6-4.
Hernandez did a good job and threw that pitch in on the hands. Really jammed up the hitter and caused a slow roller.
I'd like to see a double play right here just to end it all together and head to the 7th inning as the runner at first, Engstead's off the bag. The breaking ball misses to Soriano. Ball 1. Soriano moving from first to the mound. Made quick work, 1-2-3 of the Mustangs in his first inning work. Running, going, Flug's throw to Fitzsimmons, tagged down, not in time. It'll be a stolen base as the count's now 2-0 on the hitter. Engstead stealing second. Soriano taking that pitch as the count's now 2-0. Falcons with the runner out in scoring position as Hernandez comes set. Fitzsimmons jockeys the base runner. Hernandez's 2-0 pitch, curveball or slider of sorts, misses drastically as Flug wants to talk to his pitcher. 3-0's the count on Aaron Soriano.
That's a good move by Flug there. Is can't really afford to give up any base hits or any runs here is with a pass ball. I like that Flug goes out, talks to Ulysses. Try not to try anything different here, just stick to the game plan.
Soriano squares the punt. That's just the Little League version of a take as the fastball is taken for a strike. 3-1 the count now on Soriano. Bottom of the 6th inning, 7-4. Pickoff play working up the middle as Engstead has to dive back. Fitzsimmons catches the baseball, but Engstead back in time. Bottom of the 6th inning, 1 out. Mustangs lead 7-4. 3-1 pitch. Fastball on the inside part of the plate. Strike 2 as Hernandez fills it up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That fastball well on the inside part of the plate is Soriano. It's well ahead. 3-0. Now 1 strike away from heading back to the dugout. 3-2 pitch. Fastball misses. Runner stealing Engstead. Steals the bag. Ball 4. It's going to be a walk as Falcons now in business with runners at first and third.
CTO Charlie's for a great used car truck today. If you don't see what you want on the lot, they will find it for you at 700 West 5 Avenue in Fort Morgan.
Justin Flug, directing traffic, comes out first and third situation, lets his defense know what's going on. If the runner, Soriano at first, attempts to steal, 7-4 is the score. Bottom of the sixth inning, one out. As Hernandez comes set, breaking ball, taken for a strike. Adam Reigel, the three-hole hitter in the lineup, 2 walks this afternoon, and he's flown out. We've seen Braden, I don't jinx it again. Last time I said this, it happened, but 5 squeeze attempts, 1 successful. Runner 90 feet away. Maybe something brewing here as well for the Falcons as Hernandez to keep them close. Does the old 31 pick move. No throw made. As the 0-1 pitch hits sharply right side. Frisbee picks up the baseball, tags the base runner out. The run's going to score. It'll be the second out this inning. Frisbee almost let that baseball get by him. He knocked it down, kept it in front, was able to step on the bag, but instead just tagged the runner. That run's going to score. Base runner Soriano advances to second. Score's now 7-5 as the cleanup hitter steps in. Breaking ball, strike one to Searles. He's 2 for 3 this afternoon. He did ground out in his last at-bat. As Hernandez's breaking ball gets him ahead, no balls, 1 strike. Check of the runner out at second. The 0-1 pitch by Ulysses. Again, a breaking ball, strike 2. Ulysses Hernandez in his first inning of work, quickly ahead on the cleanup hitter for the Falcons. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs in this 6th inning. The 0-2 pitch on its way. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. Falcons are able to score a run, but the Mustangs leave the runner stranded out at second base. Fort Morgan 7. Skyline 5 as we head to the top of the 7th inning. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider, as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Mustangs would like to add an insurance run, but lead the Falcons 7-5 with 6 outs to go in this baseball game. Mustangs with Michael Fitzsimmons to lead things off. Nick Garver be on deck, and Nate Alexander do have third this inning for the Mustangs as Aaron Soriano begins his 2nd inning of work. Soriano threw 13 pitches in his first inning. Got the Mustangs out in order, 1-2-3. Striking out 2 of 3. As Fitzsimmons steps in 1 for 1 this afternoon, he's also been on with a walk, and he's been hit by a pitch. As Fitzsimmons steps in, the left-hander Soriano winds up. Pitch on the way. Fastball down the middle taken by Fitzsimmons, strike 1. About as fast as he's going to throw. Not the fastball we saw from Moore. A little bit of an adjustment to make for the Mustangs as Fitzsimmons takes the 0-1 pitch for a strike on the outside part of the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. The count on Michael Fitzsimmons. As the 0-2 pitch is on its way. Breaking ball fisted right side. Down the line, the right fielder's got to run for it. Fitzsimmons moving, has speed. He's not even stopping. He's on his way to second. He'll be in there sliding and safe. That ball hit right through the 4-3 hole. The right fielder had to run for it, and Fitzsimmons out of the box was looking for second. He got it. Stand-up double for Fitzsimmons. That's a great piece of hitting by Michael with the 0-2 pitch. Reaching out and getting it, making something of it as he's now standing at second base in scoring position, and Nick Garver steps in for the Mustangs. Soriano having to work from the stretch for the first time this afternoon. Comes set, checks Fitzsimmons out at second base. Garver squares the bunt, stabs at it, not able to get the bunt down on that breaking ball. It's going to go down as a strike, 0-1 on Fitzsimmons. Like to see Fitzsimmons get the bunt down, move the runner. Alexander execute, get something to the outfield. Mustangs add another. We'll see if it's that easy. As the 0-1 pitch soon on its way. Fitzsimmons now being held by the shortstop, Hanby. Wheel play working. Soriano steps off, no throw. the wheel play, that shortstop working the base runner, he bows out of it, and the second baseman coming in backdoor. Work at both angles. Second baseman can start it. The shortstop can finish it. It's been a successful play for the Mustangs this year. The 0-1 pitch, again a breaking ball. Garver squared, pulled the bat back, thought it was going to be a ball, and Garver's now quickly behind. No balls, 2 strikes. Got 1 strike left. Don't anticipate a bunt. The contact hitter Garver is. You'd like to see him reach out there and drive something to the right side of the field, at least a ground ball to second base to move up Fitzsimmons. Big, tall left-hander Soriano comes set. Quick check of the runner out at second. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball outside. Garver did square. Pulled back. As the Mustangs try to get this bunt down here with 2 strikes. And add the insurance run. That's much needed with only the 2-run lead. 7-5 is our score. Mustangs, for the most part, have led throughout. As the 0-2 pitch hits softly left side, it's going to allow Fitzsimmons to advance. The throw on the run is in time to get out Garver. But Nick does the best job he can, sacrifices his at-bat, moves up Fitzsimmons 90 feet into scoring position. And that's going to bring up Nate Alexander. Mustangs are going to have at least 2 chances here to pick up the run. Alexander just needs to look for a pitch up in the zone. Something that he can get to the outfield with Fitzsimmons' speed down the line at third. He'll score easily. But Alexander just has to try to not do too much here. He's just got to get the baseball in play. Long look by Soriano. Now the breaking ball on its way, taken for a ball on the outside part of the plate by Alexander. Alexander's 0 for 2 this afternoon, 2 ground outs. He has reached after he was hit by a pitch. Long look into the catcher, Ingstead. Soriano now comes set. 1-0 pitch to Alexander, taken on the outside part of the plate, ball 2. 7-5 is our score. Coach Langford running through a series of signs down the third baseline. I wouldn't be surprised here if we see a squeeze of sorts on the Mustang side of things. Seen it 5 times this afternoon from the Falcons as Soriano comes set. 2-0 pitch to Alexander. Breaking ball taken, strike 1. Good approach by Alexander. Ahead in the count 2-0, looking for that pitch to drive. Got to be a pitch he can handle. The breaking ball's not it. He does well there to let it go. 2-1's the count on Nate Alexander, the 8th hitter in the lineup for the Mustangs. 2-1 pitch. Good cut by Alexander. Fouls it straight back. Count's going to even up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 7th inning. Baseball game's 2 hours, 6 minutes old. Tuesday we got 7 innings in an hour and a half. 7-5 is the score. The top of the 7th with 1 out. 2-2 pitch, Alexander. Weak ground ball. Runner moving from third. Fitzsimmons slides in head first around the tag. He'll be safe. Slow roller by Alexander as he put it in play. The shortstop fielded it cleanly. Had to make the throw on the run. Not a bad throw, but Fitzsimmons hustling down the line, slides around the tag. He'll be in safe on that fielder's choice. Alexander with the soft ground ball. Everybody moves up. As Alexander's down the line at first base, Justin Flug steps in. Flug 1 for 3 this afternoon with a single. Alexander off the bag at first base. A little bit closer than normal with the left-handed pitcher. Flug first pitch swinging out over the shortstop. Baseball's going to fall in front of the left fielder for a single. As the Mustangs have things working in their favor in this 7th inning. Already 1 run across. Alexander moves up to second. Courtesy runner Picaro out. To run for the catcher Flug. As the Mustangs 1 across in this 7th inning. And 2 runners on with only 1 out. David Mendez, 2 for 3 this afternoon. He's also walked. He's got a triple and a single. Very aggressive hitter is Mendez. Top of the order for the Mustangs. As he swings at the first pitch, breaking ball, grounded and fielded by the pitcher. Pitcher kind of double pumps a little bit, throws on to third to get the lead out in Alexander. Mustangs almost got lucky, Braden. If that pitcher held on to it much longer, the bases would be loaded.
That was a close play. Alexander quick around the bases, and pitcher stumbled a little bit, regained himself, made the throw.
Mustangs with runners at first and second. First pitch swinging Godo, hard off the glove of the pitcher. Soriano, throw by the second baseman, no. Looked like it may have just been in time, but as we've seen it all day this afternoon, these umpires flip a coin. As this one goes the Mustangs' favor, Godo's going to reach. It's going to be an infield single for Godo. Can't give the air to the pitcher. He stuck his glove out as bases loaded now for the Mustangs with 2 outs in this 7th inning. Aaron Anderson steps in. Anderson saw Soriano last inning. As left-hander delivers, Anderson takes the breaking ball for a strike on the inside part of the plate. Anderson struck out a couple times this afternoon, grounded out. He's got a single. 1 for 4 is Anderson. He entered today batting .342. The 0-1 pitch by Soriano. Anderson belted. Deep right field down the line. Is it enough? Yes! Grand slam, home run, Aaron Anderson. He's hit 3 or 4 baseballs this afternoon. As Braden corrects me, that's a 3-run home run. I wish it was a grand slam. But nonetheless, Aaron Anderson, 2 of the hardest hit baseballs we've seen all season long on Tuesday. Another one hard hit in his last at-bat as he gets everything off that fastball. 3-run home run. Gives the Mustangs the insurance runs they need. As I have the bases loaded, Braden, so that's a grand slam. As
maybe they snuck one by me. The Mustangs must have been so quick around the bases that Anderson was already to first and there was nobody there. So
took the wind out of my sail, Braden and Anderson, but it's a grand slam 4-run home run for Aaron Anderson. The score is now 12-5 for the Mustangs. As Anderson does his part, the senior leader of this ball club clears the bases as Frisbee takes strike 1. Mustangs in business now and lead by 7 in this 7th inning. Frisbee, the 0-1 pitch. Fastball outside, taken for a strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. I think Vaquero, just as fast as he could run, was waiting there as we were waiting on the other runners to get around the bases. But good shot in the arm for the Mustangs as they now lead 12-5 in this baseball game. Frisbee stays alive as he fouls it straight back. No balls, 2 strikes. Right. Left-hander Soriano delivers the 0-2 pitch. Fouled again by Frisbee as he stays alive. Ulysses Hernandez on deck for the Mustangs, having to chase down these foul balls. Just getting a workout here this afternoon. Ulysses on the mound. It has some breathing room as I assume he'll be out there for his 2nd inning of work. Frisbee goes down swinging, chasing that curveball. He'll do it for the Mustangs in the 7th, but not before. The Mustangs pick up 5 runs. 4 of them coming on a grand slam off the bat of Aaron Anderson. Huge home run for the Mustangs senior. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, Fort Morgan 12, Skyline 5, Mustangs baseball, B106, B106.com. As we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, Ulysses Hernandez back for his 2nd inning of work. The Mustangs adding 5 runs. 4 of them coming off the bat of Aaron Anderson. A grand slam home run for the senior. Gives the Mustangs the 12-5 lead. First pitch here by Ulysses misses for a ball to Tyler Hamby. The leadoff hitter. 2nd pitch swinging is Hamby out to right field. Mendez trips and falls as Alexander calls him off, makes the catch. It'll be the first out in this 7th inning as Michael Miller steps in.
Platte Valley Hearing Center at 409 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan is getting your hearing to its very best.
Mustangs 9-3 overall, 5-2 in Tri-Valley League play, looking to pick up another win. It'll be the fourth in a row for the Mustangs. If they can wrap things up here this afternoon. First pitch to Miller, misses a breaking ball down and outside, ball one. 1-0 pitch by Hernandez, again a breaking ball, this time called for a strike as the count evens up. 1 ball, 1 strike on the sixth hitter in the lineup for the Falcons, Michael Miller. Again, a breaking ball, 3 of them at this point. Again, called for a strike, and Hernandez is quickly ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Working with a little bit more energy after the Mustangs had 5 in the 7th inning. 1-2 pitch fouled off the foot of Miller as he stays alive. Hernandez, 26 pitches, 16 of them for strikes. As the Mustangs 2 outs away from the victory. Hernandez winds up, 1-2 pitch, fastball, just misses high and outside. Good pitch. Dropping down a little bit there, did Hernandez. As the count's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking ball. Miller thought about it, instead takes the pitch. Luke does a good job keeping the ball in front as the count's now full. 3-2 payoff pitch, fastball. This is high and outside, ball 4. Falcons have the base runner with 1 out in this 7th inning. Bottom of the 7th inning, Mustangs lead 12-5. As
I don't even have him on this roster. Number 6, he's not even listed on our lineup, Josh.
We've got a hitting change. I have a number 6 in my lineup here on the game tracker app. It's David Costaza, if I pronounced that correctly. Pinch hitting. Takes first pitch for a ball as Hernandez delivers. Fastball for a strike. Evens things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner Miller down the line at first base. Hernandez getting the sign from Fluke. Ground ball double play would be nice as the 1-1 pitch is fisted foul, out of play. Off the luxurious facility down the right field line here at Skyline High School, full of batting cages and one of the more advanced high school facilities I've ever seen. As Ulysses Hernandez is ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes on the 7th hitter. Pinch hitter, I should say, David Costaza. The breaking ball, strike 3, looking will do it. Be the second out this inning. Buckled the knees of the pinch hitter, Costaza. As he goes down looking. Second out this inning for the Mustangs as we're 1 out away.
That's a beautiful breaking ball by Hernandez that starts at the right-hander's batter's hip and then drops back right over the corner of the plate. He worked that very efficiently in Windsor. And that's how he finished that game, was with that breaking ball for a strike 3 punch-out.
Fastball taken for a strike. Garrick White. Good fastball by Hernandez. Jumps quickly ahead. No balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. Mustangs lead 12-5. Breaking ball on the inside part of the plate just misses. It's about as comfortable as I've been all afternoon, I imagine. Coaching staff in the Mustangs dugouts now relaxed as they have the 7-run lead. First 6 innings, a bit of a nail-biter until the Mustangs really blew it open in that last inning off the grand slam by Aaron Anderson. 1-1 breaking ball, swung on and missed, strike 2. 1 strike, 1 out away.
Like to see Ulysses stay aggressive here, not waste too many pitches, just attack the hitter and end this ball game.
Runner doesn't mean a whole lot at first. The 1-2 pitch on its way. Fastball outside. Just misses. Strike 2. 2-2 the count on Garrick White. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning as Hernandez gets the sign from Fluke. Breaking ball, fouled off, will reset, do it again. As Garrick White stays alive. Series of signs given from the third base coach. Not much he can do to pull 7 runs out of his pocket at this point in the baseball game. As Hernandez sets, 2-2 pitch. fastball low and in the dirt. Ball 3. Count's now full. Runner will be going from first. Frisbee steps off the bag, plays behind the runner. As Hernandez sets to deliver the full count pitch. Breaking ball misses high outside, ball 4. Falcons live to see another at-bat. As Tyler Brenneman steps in. Brenneman 1 for 2 this afternoon with a single. Reached on an error and a walk as well. 12-5 is our score in the bottom of the 7th inning. Mustangs have 2 outs. Falcons have 2 base runners on as Hernandez sets to deliver. Breaking ball. Misses outside, ball 1. Like to see Hernandez just get right after this hitter, end this thing. Waste too much time. The Falcons are going to find a way back in this baseball game, and we don't want to see that. Fastball gets away from Flug. It'll be ball 2. Everybody moves up 90 feet on that wild pitch. As Falcons now have 2 runners in scoring position. Counts now 2-0 on Brenneman. Mustangs pitchers go to struggle a little bit with it today this afternoon as well. You'd like to see them go after the hitters, let the hitters get themselves out. As the 2-0 pitch grounded left side to Fitzsimmons. Throw on the way to Frisbee. That'll do it. Just as I ask, I receive. Let the hitters get themselves out. Good job there on that 2-0 pitch by Hernandez. Gets the ground ball and the 6-3 putout. As the Mustangs pick up the win. They're 6-2 now in Tri-Valley League play. Final score here this afternoon. Mustangs 12, Falcons 5. We'll take a quick break, wrap things up from Skyline High School. You're listening to Fort Morgan Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Snyder, as we wrap things up here this afternoon from Skyline High School. Mustangs post-game show brought to you by High Plains Bank in Wiggins. No matter what your loans need, stop by High Plains Bank, 502 Central Avenue in Wiggins today. Also inquire about checking and savings accounts, as well as CDs at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. Final score, Fort Morgan 12, Skyline 5. A huge 7th inning. Mustangs scoring 5 runs, 4 of them coming off the bat of senior Aaron Anderson with a grand slam, Braden, as the Mustangs move to 6-2 in Tri-Valley League play, 10-3 overall, and now on a 4-game winning streak.
Yeah, this game was indicated much closer than the scoreboard leads on. This game was close, as you mentioned earlier. It was a nail-biter all the way to that big hit that Aaron Anderson had. You and I were just talking with his mom. He struggled earlier on and then just came through, found a pitch from Soriano. His velocity changed, and Aaron Anderson jumped all over a fastball that was left up in the zone and took that ball deep to right field. As I watched the Skyline player retrieve it, there's a JV field, probably another 50 feet on the other side. That ball was all the way up against the other fence. Got to give it to the Mustangs pitching staff here again as Magoto struggled, then fought back, came back hard. Ulysses Hernandez did a good job to come in after being hurt and then close this ball game out.
Yeah, it was a nail biter. It was a well fought battle by both ball clubs. The Mustangs never giving up, adding more as they needed to. Always they scored 2 in the first, 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and then added 5 more in the 7th. Total of 12 runs on 13 hits, making an error, leaving 7 runs on base. Skyline falling short this afternoon, scoring 5 runs on 6 hits, leaving 10 runners on base. This baseball game going 2 hours, 21 minutes. The Mustangs win, advance the record, 6-2 into Tri-Valley League play. Get set next week to take on a tough Sterling ball club. We'll have both games for you next week. First on Tuesday at home, the Mustangs will take on that Sterling ball club at Eddie Underwood Field in Fort Morgan, 4 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. I'd like to thank our sound engineer and producer, Mustang Baseball, in the studio, Trent Klimper. Final score here this afternoon, Mustangs 12, Skyline 5. I'm Josh Miller alongside Braden Snyder. Have a good night, everybody. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. You've been listening to Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com.